The Epstein files aren't a single folder, but a massive collection of legal documents, FBI files, and personal records that have been unsealed in waves, most notably in January 2024, and a massive release of 3.5 million pages in early 2026, following the Epstein Files Transparency Act. The story of what was inside is less about a single smoking gun, and more about the scale of a global influence peddling and abuse network. Here is the breakdown. 1. The Power Circle. High-profile names. The documents released in 2024 and 2026 contain thousands of mentions of celebrities, politicians, and billionaires. It's important to note that being named does not equal a crime. Many were mentioned in the context of depositions where witnesses were asked if they had seen or met these people. Bill Clinton, mentioned dozens of times. Witness Johanna Schoberg testified that Epstein once told her Clinton likes them young, though she did not allege illegal acts by him. Prince Andrew. The files contain detailed allegations from Virginia Giuffre and Schoberg. The 2026 release reportedly included internal communications that led to his arrest in February 2026 on suspicion of misconduct in office, sharing confidential official documents with Epstein. Donald Trump, referenced frequently, over 38,000 times in the total cache, largely regarding his social interactions with Epstein in the 1990s and 2000s and flights on Epstein's planes. The socialites, names like Michael Jackson, David Copperfield, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Naomi Campbell appeared in testimony. In most cases, witnesses confirmed they saw them at Epstein's properties but denied any sexual misconduct occurred with them. 2. The mechanics of the abuse. The files provide a blueprint of how Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell operated. The recruitment pyramid documents show Epstein paid victims hundreds of dollars to recruit other girls, creating a self-sustaining cycle of abuse. The Florida mansion. FBI interview notes from 2007, only recently made fully public, describe the surreal atmosphere. An employee reported his duties included fanning $100 bills on a table near Epstein's bed, cleaning up after massages, and even placing a gun between Epstein's mattresses. The massages, one victim testified that Epstein claimed he needed to have 3 orgasms a day, for health reasons, using this as a pretext to force young women into sexual acts. 3. The Lost Indictment of 2007. One of the most significant revelations was the 2007 draft federal indictment. It showed that federal prosecutors had prepared a 32-count case against Epstein and several employees for sex trafficking nearly 20 years ago. This case was famously scrapped in favor of the controversial non-prosecution agreement, plea deal, that allowed him to serve only 13 months in a county jail with work release. 4. New 2026 revelations. The 2026 release roiled international waters more than the earlier ones. European fallout. The documents led to criminal inquiries and resignations across Europe. Financial ties. Deep dives into emails revealed crude correspondence with high-profile business leaders and longevity experts, like Peter Attia, shedding light on how Epstein used his wealth and scientific interests to maintain social standing even after his 2008 conviction. Last-minute cooperation. Records show that just 12 days before his death in 2019, Epstein's lawyers were meeting with prosecutors to discuss the, quote, possibility of cooperation, though they never made a specific proposal. Summary of key witnesses. The story is told primarily through the eyes of these women. Witness, key allegation, Virginia Giuffre, alleged she was trafficked to Prince Andrew and other powerful men. Johanna Schoberg provided details on the social scene, the massages, and the famous people who visited. Maria Farmer, the first to report Epstein to the FBI in 1996. Her early warnings were largely ignored. 2026 release of the Epstein files was unprecedented in scale, consisting of over 3.5 million pages, 2,000 videos, and 180,000 images. This release was mandated by the Epstein Files Transparency Act, signed by President Trump in late 2025. Unlike previous unsealings, the 2026 documents led to direct legal actions and high-level resignations across the globe. 1. The arrest of Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, Prince Andrew. The most seismic event occurred on February 19, 2026, when the former Prince Andrew was arrested by UK police on his 66th birthday. The charge, misconduct in public office. The evidence, emails found in the DOJ dump, suggested that while serving as a UK Special Trade Envoy, 2001 to 2011, Andrew allegedly shared confidential government reports and commercial memos with Epstein. Specifically, he reportedly forwarded sensitive documents regarding his official visits to Hong Kong, Vietnam, and Singapore. Royal reaction, King Charles III released a direct statement supporting the police investigation, famously stating, "The law must take its course." 2. Global political and business fallout. The files reveal that many figures maintained ties with Epstein long after his 2008 conviction for sex offenses involving a minor. This led to a wave of resignations in early 2026. Peter Mandelson, UK, resigned as the UK ambassador to the US after documents showed he allegedly received $75,000 in payments from Epstein and shared government memos with him in 2009. Catherine Rumler, Goldman Sachs. The chief legal officer resigned after emails surfaced showing she provided legal advice to Epstein and maintained a personal correspondence, contradicting her previous claims of a strictly professional relationship. Thorbjorn Jagland, Norway, the former prime minister and Nobel Committee chair, came under investigation for allegedly asking Epstein to help facilitate meetings with Russian leaders, including Vladimir Putin. Casey Wasserman, Hollywood. The prominent talent agent faced intense scrutiny and professional fallout after being named in the latest tranche of documents. 3. Key revelations from the 3.5 million pages. The sheer volume of the release provided a granular look at how Epstein functioned. The science facade, emails with figures like Elon Musk, a 2012 chain regarding tech, and health expert Peter Attia showed how Epstein used intellectual curiosity to embed himself in elite circles. Attia resigned from several advisory roles after indefensible crude remarks in these emails were made public. The 1996 warnings, FBI reports from 1996 were finally released in full, showing that artist Maria Farmer warned authorities 30 years ago that Epstein had stolen nude photos of her siblings and threatened to burn her house down if she spoke out. The pyramid evidence. The videos and images included more proof of the recruitment system, where victims were coerced into finding new massage therapists for Epstein. 4. Remaining controversies. Despite the massive disclosure, the release has not been without criticism. Missing records. Lawmakers like R. O'Connor and Thomas Massie have accused the DOJ of still withholding roughly 50% of the total records, leading to ongoing congressional hearings. Botched redactions. UN experts have condemned the DOJ for serious compliance failures that accidentally exposed the identities of some survivors in the search for transparency. The story of the Epstein files is now shifting from a mystery of who was there to a legal reckoning for those who assisted his operations or abused their public offices to aid him.